Greetings, everybody. My name is Tommy the Game Master. Since I just got done talking about Cyber Dimension Neptunia about a week or two ago, I thought I would sit down and spend a few minutes with another cheap game I bought from the Neptunia series a few months ago called Neptunia Shooter. It's basically Ideas Factory's parody of shooters like Gradius and stuff from back in the day. I'm not going to do a full review. This is just going to be a quick rant about what I played, what I think about it, and how it compares. Overall, I think Idea Factory actually did a halfway decent job doing an 8-bit shooter based off of the Neptunia series. It's not a great game, but it's a decent one, especially for the price. The 8-bit pixel art is spot on for games like Gradius, especially on the NES. My complaints with some of the artwork is the backgrounds are a bit too basic, I guess. Just switching from stage 1 to stage 2, they didn't change. The NES graphics either were pure black in the background or they did try to do something in the background. Here it's always the same star field, but that's a minor nitpick. The Dogu enemies you fight are right on with an 8-bit version of what they are for the Neptunia series. And the character sprites, so far I've only seen Neptune, Compa, and IF, but they're pretty spot on for an NES game like this, and the animations and the stuff they use are also pretty good. Beyond that, though, it's a really bare-bones shooter. You just fly from the left side of the screen to the right and blast enemies as fast as you can. One of my other complaints with this game being bare-bones is there's no power-ups. There's no ways to get extra shields or anything really easy for Neptune. Gradius and stuff would reward players with options or shields or something to help you if you blasted a line of enemies. That doesn't happen here. With that said, the game does have one creative thing that I saw, and I've only gotten through to stage 2, so I don't know what the other characters feel like, but I can definitely tell you there's a huge difference between the way Neptune and Compa plays and the way they did design stage 2 with the way the enemy patterns are. I needed to switch through plenty of them, but after you defeat Compa as stage 1 boss and unlock her ability, her pills being thrown downwards are great way to bomb enemies at the bottom of the screen and keep them from coming up and filling the screen with projectiles. So I thought that was good. The other stage 1 boss, which is kind of parodying the volcano boss at the end of the original Gradius' first stage, I thought was also a pretty decent parody all in all. So, my thoughts on the game, it's a pretty decent parody of what an 8-bit shooter is. It is lacking in some respects. I wouldn't mind seeing a few more power-up items that Neptune could collect. Like I said, definitely a barrier would help, because this game is 8-bit hard, and I mean that in a somewhat good way. If they had some power-ups to help protect me or to help reward me for shooting a bunch of monsters that might let me take a hit or two more or increase damage temporarily, I would have probably rate it a little higher, but for the most part it's a pretty decent 8-bit shooter. Got 8-bit music, got 8-bit graphics, and you do, like I said, have that challenge. And like I said, it's challenging in a hard but fair way. I didn't feel like I was being cheated due to bad controls or just because the enemies were swarming up on me too much. It felt like if I did actually want to give this game a few hours of my time, I probably could get through it. I've just never really been a huge fan of 8-bit shmups, but overall, like I said, I thought this was a decent effort. It's probably worth $5, but like all Neptunia's products, it's also better just to put this on your wish list and wait for a sale. Anyways, this is Tommy the Game Master. Thank you for listening to this review rant. You guys have a lovely day. If you have any comments or anything to say about this game, put them down below. I'll see you guys later.